Hey there, so I had a few little connection problems getting on tonight, but I think we finally made it, hopefully, and then I should be able to record and put that on YouTube as well for anyone that wants to catch up. So we're just going to do a little bit of Kundalini yoga movement tonight, and some are like really soft basic movements, but I wanted to bring in a little bit of the fire of Kundalini as well. So you will be doing a little bit of core work, and that involves a bit of breath of fire as well. So what is Kundalini, I suppose you need to kind of, because people always say, what's the difference? What's the difference? So you won't see an awful lot of headstands or vinyasa poses or these flowy movements that you see on a lot of Instagram. It's quite a dynamic practice, and it's very different. And often people are quite surprised by it and then surprised about the effects that they get afterwards. So Kundalini is this divine feminine energy that sits at the bottom of the spine. It's like potential, really. It's all of our potential. And all yogas work to kind of transfer this energy up the spine and bring everything up to our consciousness. But Kundalini works pretty fast and pretty powerfully, and it works mostly in a set Kriya. So I don't kind of make up a lot of the Kriyas. They're often brought together. We're not going to do a full Kriya tonight, but I just thought I'd do some really nice movements that I would do really in a basic class or something that I might do in the morning just to like warm up the body a little bit with some breath. So we're going to do a little bit of that. So Kundalini is the same. It will use asana, the body, we use meditation, the mind, pranayam, the breath, but it moves in this one powerful action. So I'm going to go through the breath of fire with you first, just because it's a really fundamental breath in Kundalini. So, and it takes a little while sometimes for people to get used to it. So you might have seen some of the videos that I've done before on this in the group, or I've got a little thing on YouTube. Breath of fire is a rapid, rhythmic pumping action from the belly. It's not powered from the chest. It's really to get this diaphragm working. And I know I once heard it, and the best way I can use it described is like pushing peas out of your nose. So it comes out of the nose. So you're basically going to use the belly to force the breath out of the nose. And then the inhale becomes like a bit of an involuntary. It's still equal, but it's an involuntary breath. Okay, so what you generally do is pump this belly, and you'll start to feel it in the diaphragm and in the upper parts of the belly too. So you might, after a minute or so, you might kind of think, oh wow, it really hurts, because you're really using muscles that you wouldn't normally use. Breath of fire is a really great one for expansion of lung capacity. It's really cleansing. It obviously is great for digestion because you're pumping the belly like that, and it's great for kind of clearing anything out. So it's brilliant for moving energy up the body and definitely up the spine. So I'm not going to go on too long about it because I just want you to have a bit of a play, but you can start first. You don't have to put your hand on the belly, but you can just put the hand on the belly there. And once you've got a bit of a rhythm, just closing down the eyes and feeling into the belly a little bit more, rather than what we generally do is we start looking around and thinking what's going on, or you're looking at me and immediately the mind kicks in and says, I'm not doing that right. And you might just well be. If you find that you're getting uncomfortable, then that's the time to just stop. If you feel like you're getting out of breath or dizzy, take a glass of water, stop, and then just come back. We're only just going to do a couple of rounds just to see how we get on, okay? So remember, just pumping from the belly. And I'm going to just play some music so you can get into that little bit of a rhythm and start to go inside a little bit to feel the body.
Meditation is a state of mind, a state of mind that cannot be conjured by the mind, its power of thought. To seek meditation, leave behind the mind. Unafraid, be calm, bound by neither mind nor thought.
Just take an inhale through the nose now. Exhale. And just feeling into the stillness. So I know that breath is, kind of separate to movement, but actually you're still moving the body. It's still energy moving through the body. And this breath is perfect for the morning, for getting everything shifted to start your day, to get your body energized for the next bit of movement that you want to do. So if we just go for one more round, just to see if you can just lean into it a little bit more. And you don't need to go as fast. It may just be until you get used to the movement. Try not to squeeze up the face or anything. Everything else is relaxed. You're just using the belly. Okay, let's go for another round, another minute. Take an inhale, and this time just hold the breath just briefly at the top, and then exhale, just letting go of the breath. Maybe taking a sigh out and taking a drink of water, because it's a breath that can be, when we're not used to it, it can be quite drying as well. So the next bit of movement we're going to do are some Sufi grinds. So this is a really nice movement, especially when you've got a bit of a stiff lower back or anything like that, really. It's really grounding as well, because you're actually keeping the bottom of the body completely still, and you're going to use the top of the body just to roll round, like using the body like a pepper pot, if you like. So you're moving the top of the body against the bottom. And you can take the movements really small to start with. If you start feeling a little bit better, then start to just really open the chest up, opening up the belly. And you're going to inhale forward and exhale back. Inhale forward through the nose, exhale back. And like I say, you can go as small or as large as you like. And I'm just going to play a little bit of music for you to get into the movement. Close the eyes down, really go within. Music is a big part of Kundalini Yoga and the vibration. And then I'll stop you and we'll go the other way. to center, just straightening everything off. Inhale and exhale. And then you're going to go the other way. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. And just notice the difference between the two sides, how your body feels. Easing off, taking an inhale and exhale in the body in stillness. And that's a movement that you don't need to sit cross-legged for. If you want to do that on a chair, where you just simply put your hands on your knees and just start to move around, or a stool or something, then that's absolutely fine too. It's just a really nice way to warm the bottom of the body up and feel really rooted and grounded, and get into the breath and really start to just gently tune in. Really, we're very disconnected from the body, so it's really nice to just check in. And again, this is another one that you can do on a chair, and this is spinal flex. So coming into this nice cross-legged or easy pose, or like I say, on a chair, and all you're going to do, I'm just going to chuck this out of the way so you can see, and all you're going to do is just put your hands onto your ankles this time, or onto your lower legs, and you're going to come forward. So often what I see people coming forward and tipping their head back, you don't really need to. It's about the arch in the thoracic spine. So you're going to come forward and bring the shoulders back. So you're leading with the heart center, with the chest, and opening the chest, really breathing through the nose strongly. And then exhaling back, really arching the spine. And just going at your own pace. We'll just do about a minute again, just to see how it feels. slowing that movement down and come into stillness again. But I really like that movement. Actually, I think they always say that you know, you're aged by the flexibility of your spine, and you know, when you look around, it can really show up quite a lot. And I know some mornings I get up and, you know, you really feel stiff and tight, and that's a nice way just to kind of reconnect to the breath and the body and go slowly and work really vertebrae by vertebrae up the body, and the breath and the movement really go together. So the next one is a little bit tougher. The next two are a little bit tougher. So these ones you can't do on a chair, but this one is called stretch pose. So just bear with me while I show you the movement. So it's actually, you're going to make a really long kind of arrow shape. And so coming down to lay on the back, lifting the head so that you can see the feet, lifting the feet up and looking at the toes, and bringing the arms to the side. And you're going to use that breath to really pump into the belly. If it's too difficult to do the breath, then simply just do some long, deep breathing. But I think it's really important so you can really feel that fire and notice how the breath works with the movement so that you can get going. So we'll just give that a go. We're not going to be here for very long at all. And inhale and relax. Just relax there for a moment. Let the breath settle, really feel the belly coming back. Start to inhale and inflate the belly. Exhale and release back to the spine. And just bringing the knees up, maybe just rocking them a little side to side just to loosen off. And then coming up in whatever way feels comfortable for you, maybe lying on the side. The next one we're going to do is really one of my favorites, and it's a Kriya on its own. So this one is called Sat Kriya, and there is a mantra with this. I thought it'd be nice to bring in a little bit of mantra. It's a really nice, stimulating one, and it's really about bringing that energy all the way up the spine. So the mantra again is kind of chanted from the belly with the breath. So the mantra is Sat Nam, S-A-T-N-A-M, which means truth is my essence, I am truth. And the mudra is like this. So you're going to bring your hands into this nice steeple pose, and you're going to bring them above the head. So you're in this nice rock pose on the knees if you can. Bring in perhaps a cushion in underneath or a block or something just to rise you up if you feel that that's too much. And we're going to chant the mantra Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So I'll play a little bit of music, and this is going to be the last one. So we'll just do about a minute. I won't put you through like 3 minutes of it, but just to give you a real taste of it. So what we're going to do is just come into this rock pose with you on your knees, bringing the hands into the mudra and really nestling the arms by the ears like this, with the fingers pointing right up. I know you can't see right to the top of me. I didn't plan that very well. And then close down the eyes and really focus on maybe energy rising up from the crown chakra. And you're going to chant from the belly, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. Sat Nam, 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 Just inhale the hands up and keeping the hands there. Hold the breath, hold the body tight. Exhale, just bring the hands down and relax and take a drink of water. So that's all I've put together for you tonight. Just a really brief taster of a bit of Kundalini yoga movement. If you've enjoyed it, then you can drop off one of my online sessions coming up. We're just mid-series at the moment, but happy for you to join. I've got some online programs that are self-paced, or I've got, if you're in Glasgow, then there's some classes coming up next week, all about the Heart Centre at Pollock Park. So it'd be great to see you there. And thanks for joining me tonight. Is that now?